Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with the Moons of Madness blind. Now, last time I didn't check this PC, so let's do just that. So, Lucas Van Buren, Philology Medicine. Huh. What use for a philologist would there be on a... Well, I guess you could use him in case you encountered alien life, although in that case I would imagine a linguist would be more useful, or some kind of a cryptologist, or even a xenobiologist, because I would imagine in the future when we seriously consider exploring the further regions of first our solar system and then the other solar systems in the galaxy, I would imagine there would actually exist a specific career that would sort of try to prepare humans to meeting alien life. Although I guess that wouldn't be a xenobiologist, because to examine the biology of the aliens, you would have to meet them first. What I meant is some kind of a first contact specialist, you know, that knows how to, I don't know, decrypt languages or how to predict alien forms of communications. But anyway, let's read that. Freak, didn't want to do that. Water reclamation offline. As a part of a recent string of experiments, I've moved the water reclaimer cells to the other districts within the greenhouse. The backup cells are still in production, so the water reclaimer will remain offline until my experiments have reached a conclusion. While the others may see this as irresponsible, they need not fret. Simply returning the cells and retrieving them to the proper setting will replenish our water supply. If I were not splitting my duties among excursions to the potential sites of interest, medical practice, and Ina's agricultural ambitions, I would surely be more thorough in practical cleanup matters. As it is, we all must make the necessary sacrifices. Okay, there's also... draft. Note on the recent experiments. Dr. Volkova, Ina, I'm sorry to bother you with this. No, be concrete. Address issue directly. I wanted to tell you that our time here on this station has meant a lot to me. I just worry about your state of mind lately. I've always admired your... No, return later. Basic outline. Ask Ina about Project Arbormore. Ask Ina about the new seeds, the strange black roots. Should I ask in person? Well, I don't know. Reclaimer diagnostics. Water reclaimer pump offline. System disconnected, non-critical error. Manual reactivation required. Filtration effectiveness 76%. Sprinkler system online. Water pump pressure. Okay. So it seems Van Buren isn't entirely okay, or at least isn't even entirely familiarized with whatever experiments Volkova is doing. But I grabbed his ID card, so I should be able to exit through here. And
Lucas, the pieces for the water reclaimer are missing. Where are they?
The reclaimer pieces are in their proper receptacles.
More specifically?
Follow the colored pipes.
okay.
Sorry, I'm needed elsewhere.
So I guess the what's this?
I found the environmental control console.
Great. That's the last thing you need to clean up the greenhouse. But first, you need to restore the water reclaimer and shut off the sprinkler valves.
I guess the order doesn't really matter, so I'll just go wherever, and if I find one of the colored pipes, then so be it. More soil. Okay, this is the other side of the door. I was there before, in this part. Okay, so let's check this.
Jesus.
Wasn't paying attention. Presumably something moved, you know, the tentacles. Because I heard it, but I didn't see anything. Which is a pity, because I enjoy those instances in games where something moves in the corner of your eye and you're not really sure if you even saw it correctly. More UV light. Okay, there's a pretty thick fog here, which I guess is supposed to add to the atmosphere, but it also makes it a little bit difficult to navigate. Okay, I've turned off one of the sprinklers. I don't think anything moved this time, and the tentacles have always been there. Although maybe those are roots or branches from the tree. But what I meant is they were always here, so I'm not sure why the guy was suddenly freaked out by them. Well. Not sure what's up with the light. And this should be the other sprinkler, right? Yeah. Okay. So now I just have to follow the colored pipes to their conclusion and thus find the correct parts of the thingamajig. Water reclamation system. Wait, did I search this? Because this is a different side from the other. But it seems there's nothing here. So it doesn't really matter. I'm still kind of weirded out by the protagonist having the twin circle symbol on his hand and then not paying attention to it being abundant. Are those plants that... They don't look like any plants that actually grow on Earth. I guess this kind of does. I don't know how it's called in English, but it's a carnivorous plant that eats flies and so on. But I think it's smaller in real life than this. Scan to connect. Well, why not? Hydroponic wheel designed by Pletron. The Cubico is part of a line of a cutting-edge hydroponic technology. The proliferation of plant life and the purification of water are part of a perfect cycle. The perfect wheel. Connect to interface, okay. Oh, interesting. Huh, that's pretty cool actually. I have to admit. It's like a rotating
Jeez, they really let these plants take over. What the hell?
It's like a rotating what's the word? Display for plants, or maybe not display. It's like a well, it's not a flower pot, but it's I don't know how to call it, but it's kind of cool. Whatever you would call it. Okay, I guess this would allow me to exit. It's pretty foggy in here. Presumably because all of the humidity, but also perhaps for more mundane, horror-related reasons. Remove recovery unit.
I found one of the components.
Oh, great. Now just find the other two so we can clean up this mess.
Okay, so this was from the orange pipe.
Jeez. Is someone there?
Well, I would assume it was the monster again, although again, I didn't quite see it, which probably was the point, you know. Okay, I don't think I can get down from here, so that leaves me with returning to here and going through the other side. Although, as cool as I find it in concept, I find the practicality of it in this setting to be questionable, because to cross you have to maneuver the plants, you have to turn it around, which seems a little bit pointless. Like, it makes for a okay environmental puzzle in a game, but from a practical standpoint, I don't quite get why would anyone set it like that. Although I guess he did mention it was overgrown. Oh, I didn't notice that. Frick. He did mention it was overgrown, so presumably it was originally smaller, and thus you would be able to cross freely even without revolving it. Was I up there? Yes, that's where I came from. That's where the sprinklers were. Okay. Level 2. Was I here? I don't think so. More strange plants. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those must be like mutated versions of the plants from Earth, because this doesn't look natural to me. Not with the glowing.
Holy shit, Ina! Dr. Volkova, where are you? Something is seriously wrong. The infection is everywhere.
Not infection. It's evolution. Adaptation. Perfection. My children, they grow so quickly. Wrapped in creeping rootstocks, where sap and blood coagulate. Do not fight it. Allow it to blossom. A first in human history. The merging of two life forms.
Okay, so she's clearly already insane, but seeing how this triggered the comment, I would assume this is a side location as opposed to a main one, so that's why I will explore it first. What's this? Hydroponic wheel. But what use? Ah, okay, it just moves this, which I was there already. I took the orange one, so I guess this is a little bit pointless. I'm looking for, I think, the red one. Or the blue one. Damn it, I wasn't paying that much attention to the second one. I just know I for sure took the orange one, but I guess judging from the proximity I must have taken the orange one and the blue one, which leaves the red one. I don't think I was here. Huh, although I might have been. It's difficult to tell, as I already said. I'm notoriously bad with directions. Yeah, I was here because this goes back to the sprinkler system. So I guess the third red pipe must go into the depths at this point. So, although I don't think I've been here, unless the doors reset after each use, which would make sense. Okay, I wouldn't like to use that toilet. Does this link with the previous one? Again, I missed something in the background. Which is kind of annoying because there was a clear audio cue, no power. There was a clear audio cue for me to, startle me or something, and yet I didn't even see what was happening. Well, I guess it may turn on later.
Something is loose.
Something? What? Something?
I don't know yet.
Okay, I'll contact Wilcox at the landing site. She'll get Lucas to talk. He should know what Volkova's been doing in there. Just hang tight and get that reclaimer online.
Okay, so this is the third part.
Also have to turn off the sprinklers manually, or the system won't reboot.
I've already done that. So... nothing in here. Okay, is that a frog? It doesn't look like a frog, but it clearly looks like something. It has legs? Or is it an organ? But if it is, why does it have like extremities? Those don't just look like veins. Weird. Which I guess it's supposed to be. Something is blocking it from the other side. Okay, so I guess I must return the way I came. Still no power. Well, I just have to go to where the reclaimer is. I assume. Which I think it was this way. And then, like, you went to the other side of this after you turned off the sprinklers, which I have already done. Yeah, and now climb down here. And then climb down here. But actually, wait. Is this a separate place where Volkova was commenting on? It seems it is, so I should probably inspect that as well. So I didn't at first because I thought, it's the main sort of route I was supposed to go, but it clearly isn't. No power. Level 2. It just goes back here. Water treatment. Okay, so where does the sewer go then? Does it also go to the water treatment? Because there was like a maintenance hatch right here. Unless this is just to restore the power to the computers, which I would also appreciate, because I definitely want to read the contents of them. Okay, this just gives me the quest marker, which I don't really even need. Like, I'm just wondering what's the purpose of this. I assumed there would be something here, but doesn't look like there is. At least currently. Which, I'm not going to lie, I find both weird and kind of annoying. Oh well. I guess I'm going to return to the water reclamation system and, you know, restart it. So, it was this way, and then here, and then the water treatment. Okay, so this is exactly where I need to go. Now, which one goes where? Ah, it's color coded. So the red one here, the orange one here, and the blue one here. And now to connect to this, connect, reclaim water. Am I supposed to do something else? Reclaim water. Yeah, I'm doing that, but doesn't look like I can alter any of the parameters. Prick, didn't want to do that. Reclamation unit. Reclaim water. Yeah, I'm doing, but... Ah, okay. There is still like a switch or something, thingamajig, device that I'm supposed to operate right here. Huh. Okay, so I'm clearly doing something wrong, but I don't understand what that is. It seems that those are insert components. Yeah, I've done that, so what is this thing's deal? Oh, wait. I guess there are still the different thingamajigs. Like values over here. Activate. But where is it displayed? The numerical value that it should take? I guess maybe in the computer? Let's take a look at it again. Reclaimer diagnostics. I don't think this corresponds to any of the numbers, so maybe it's written on the pipes or something. Because there are like 3 settings on each of those. 100, 10, 100,000, something. Okay, I don't... The color corresponds with a colored pipe above the water. Yeah, I get that, But what I don't get is which of the settings for this should I choose? Okay. 120, 90, 70. So this is correct. This should be 90, which is also correct. And this should be, unless it tells me what it is. Okay, it tells me what it is, not what it should be. So how do I determine what it should be? 80, 60, 80. What? Uh, 120 plus 80. What? I don't understand what I'm doing here. Like, is it telling me the values? Wait, 70 divided by 235 plus 30. Okay, so I guess it has to equal 80 in here, but it's difficult for me to do it in my head, especially at such a late hour. So I'll just flip it, and because I think I get what it like. It gives me the desired number after all of the permutations, as it were. Freak, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that either. I'm not sure why I'm constantly pressing the wrong button, but basically what it wants me to do... Yeah, for example, here it goes 50 divided by 1 is still 50, and then 90 divided by 3 is 30. So 50 plus 30 is 80, which is correct. So I just have to adjust the rest. This is contributed by this, which is 30, and this, which should be... So the middle has to stay the same. So because otherwise it would throw out the left value. So I have to change the rightmost one. Which this is 30, and I need 30. I need 50, so like 100 on the right, and then if it was 100 on the right, then it would be 100. This is 50, and this is 30. Okay, so it's correct. So I have to switch this to 100. Not this. What are you doing? Okay, 100. And now... Yeah. Exactly. That was what was supposed to happen.
Alright, up and running again. Just need to switch on the environment control console. Should be right outside the door.
Okay. Okay.
Declan, are you there?
That's a
Declan.
lot more impactful than I was expecting at this stage of the game. The thing in the mist. I assume I'm supposed to run.
Oh shit! Come on! Shit!
Well, I'm dead.
Go!
Maybe I'm not. Interesting. I kind of was expecting to die. But maybe I can't. Maybe it's scripted. Which would be kind of poor, but... Have cornered myself here? Ah, okay. Wait. Okay, I'm definitely dead now. So I did corner myself. Moons of Madness, you died. Well, oh shit. Okay. So I don't think I'm supposed to jump down there, although... Wait. Could it really have checkpointed in a hard lock? Like... That can't be right. Seems I'm locked in a position where there is no escape, but as I said, that seems weird. Nothing to scan. I can't open that. Like, it's weird if the game would autosave in a spot from which there is no escape. Ah, okay, there is, I'm just an idiot. Which is nothing new. I have been an idiot for, well, more than 2 decades at this point. Checkpoint reached, okay. Okay.
There's a horrible creature in the greenhouse. It tried to kill me. Do not return to base. Does anyone read me? Ina, Lucas, Commander Wilcox. I've got to warn them.
Well, at least Ina Volkova is clearly in on it already, and I find it weird that the protagonist fails to realize that. It has been pretty clear from what she herself has been, you know, telling him. I just want to check if anything has changed here before I leave through the airlock. If that's even my current objective, because I'm not sure where the rest are. But to be honest, I still find the reaction of the protagonist to be weirdly underplayed. Like, if I noticed this strange infestation of like black goo and tentacles and whatnot in a base where like it's not even Earth, you can't rationalize it as it being like an animal or something, because there are no animals here other than the ones that we've brought from Earth. So if I noticed something like that, I would freak out a lot more than the protagonist does, and I find his response to be pretty restrained overall, but not in a way that is believable to me.
I can get to Declan at the satellite station, we can try to re-establish communications.
Okay, so I need to enter the rover again. Anything overly strange happening with the base or on the horizon? Not really, at least not at first glance. So what's up with this locker? I keep opening it each time, and each time nothing happens. His piloting style is also pretty restrained for somebody in a hurry, although I guess that might be the limitation of the rover itself. Obviously the dynamics of driving on Mars are probably vastly different to driving on Earth. So it might not be designed to attain particularly high speed or to support particularly frantic turning. Huh. Okay, this is...
What the fuck? Declan? There's something wrong.
Yeah, you don't say. I was about to comment how it's clearly darker
Everything go.
than it was before, but then I noticed it's a completely different place. Like, this looks vaguely the same, but this is clearly, you know, not where I came from. Now, it's obvious the game wants me to go this way, which is why I'm going the opposite way first. Just to make sure I don't miss anything. Reason the rock stacks change each night. Seismic activity, unknown, changes in atmosphere, altering optics, hallucinations, other. And the other is circled. Declan, come by me to talk. You can't keep avoiding me by making up work, Josie. Area. Visited, samples collected, samples analyzed. And there is a number, new password, 6357. This is probably relevant. I would even say probably highly relevant. But the problem is I'm not going to remember that for too long. So maybe I should write it down somewhere, but I don't really have anything by me. There are no computers here, so it's not a password for anything near. 6357 635763. Wait, is it even... No. I can't even read. It's 7357. 7357. I'm not going to remember that. That's like, I could if it was a little bit earlier, but it's pretty late. Actually, after finishing this episode, I'll be going to bed. So 7357. Huh. Interesting. There's like, from this perspective, there's a light coming from inside, and yet if you close in, it's actually dark kind of. Darker than it was. Cave of Madness. Of course, there's always a Cave of Madness, or something or other of madness in...
Oh my god. Why is it glowing?
in Lovecraftian stories. Now, why is it glowing is one thing, but why isn't he questioning the fact that he has this burn mark or something, which by itself isn't that weird. You know, it could have happened. He's an engineer, you know, working in space. It could have happened in a number of ways. But what is weird to me, and what I would question if I was him,
The orb is reacting to my hand.
is that this symbol is repeated all over the base. Okay.
What's going on?
Well, I don't know.
Why is this happening?
Oh, apparently I'm controlling it. And this, I think the orb, or at least parts of it, was what was being stored at the beginning. And the weird glowing things in the safes. And again, the symbol.
The orb is glowing. It's burning under the skin. Oh, doesn't like that. When I turn to look at it, it retreats.
Huh. Ah. So it's like a monster that kills me if I'm not looking at it for too long, which is actually a concept popularized by one of the SCPs from the SCP Foundation, which can only move if you're not looking at it. Kind of cool, I guess, because you have to always be wary of it. Although I guess in a way it's like it's almost like a maybe not a chore, but what I mean is its weakness is pretty glaring, because it pretty much retreats whenever I look at it. I don't have to do anything particularly complicated. Checkpoint reached. And it seems to be pretty slow. Like, I haven't looked at it in a while, and yet it hasn't caught up with me. So
3 connections, all pointing to individual orbs.
okay, this looks like a ritual site of some sorts, because there are candles. Obviously, I don't know about glowing orbs of madness, but I know that candles certainly are not naturally occurring on Mars. Place orb, but I don't have the orb, so I guess I have to find one. Or maybe even more than one. Because there's one here, and there's supposed to be one here. I guess there is, but it's black, so... okay, this was pretty close, actually. Stay there. Okay, this is going to be kind of annoying for my type of playstyle, because how am I supposed to read this? If this is trying to kill me. That's a little bit inconsiderate. Go away. Yeah, and it's going... This is like, I appreciate the thought behind this, but it's practically irritating. Where am I? Sleep has no place to call its own. We shall conceive of the terrible wonders wrought by my secret labor. Will something, they who sleep, reward me? Will they notice? The children of Mars worshipped a being whose name roughly translates to the Immaculate Machine. These orbs are artifacts of that mystery cult. They are filled with and powered by the celestial light. Enigma? Or what does it say? Celestial light. Anima. Anima is the spirit. In Latin, it was like a word used to animus or anima. They say depending on the gender. It was like a word used to describe the soul. It was the breath of life, as it were. It was what made things that were alive back in ancient philosophy. The light drives back the dark, but also the liquid enlightenment of the dreamers, what the benign have called Nurgle's rot, the blackward jism, and the filth. I'll reclaim the theme from the enlightenment. I'll call it the filth because it stains the mind, pens the illuminated text that writes in the wrinkly tome of the skull, the crawling muse. But it saturated my mind too much. A page dipped entirely in ink is as blank as a white page. Meaningless madness. The effort to write the text becomes illegible. But what if I could drive back the filth just a little? If I had a little more of my human thoughts back, I could do more with the thoughts beyond human. I could achieve such marvels that neither the human clay nor the liquid dreams of the sleepers could accomplish separately. The orbs are corrupted, but I can fix them. Yes, they who sleep will notice me. When I wave back into the infinitude of the abyss, it will smile back. Some designs of the orbs and whatever. And eyes. Okay, it's considerate of it to not have killed me in the time I was reading it, which I guess it's an anti-frustration measure, which I appreciate. I wasn't expecting it, but I definitely needed it. So thank you for that, ancient monster of ancientness. What does this say? I can't interact with this, and I find it annoying because I feel like it would be relevant. But maybe it'll be highlighted later. Okay, go back. Well, anyway, this episode has been long enough, so I'm actually going to search for the orb next time. For now, that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!